Hi guys, AquaHunter here and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase. Today we're going to do one of the most highly rated mods in the world. We are going to be doing BigReactors. It's probably the most efficient way of making power even though it's super expensive. So, the way you start, this is the smallest reactor you can make, this small one here. And I would say this one's biggest, but it's not. You can make the reactors unlimited size. It's ridiculous. So, first of all, you're going to need some. I'll just get all the stuff out for the main reactors. First, you're going to need some reactor casing, and the recipe is iron, graphite, and yellorium. Yellorium is literally just. I can't find you. You like smelt it, pretty much just smelt yellorium. There. Yellorite ore you find underground, or you can actually use uranium for industrial craft. Okay, that's easy. Alright. And also, graphite. You just smelt coal or charcoal. Yeah, coal or charcoal, and it will turn into a graphite bar. So you're going to need a lot of these. So, if you want to make the smallest reactor, first you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 reactor casing on the floor. You need 4 in the corners, and then on the last row you're going to need like that. So this is how many reactor casing you're actually going to need altogether. So that's a lot of iron and a lot of graphite and quite a lot of yellorite. Next, you're going to need the reactor controller, which is reactor casings, again expensive, yellorite, yellorium, diamond, and redstone. You're going to need to put this about there, with whatever side you want really. Next, you're going to need the reactor access port, which is reactor casing, pistons, and chest, which is not actually that hard. Then you're going to need the reactor power tap, which so you can get the power out of it rather than just sitting in there. That's going to need reactor casings and redstone. And last but not least, you'd either need the coolant port, but you don't need that until you get a reactor about this size. But I'm just going to put it in for the sake of it. And it hasn't transformed. Why? Because next, in the middle, very centre, you're going to need 1 yellorium fuel rod, iron, graphite, and yellorium. And then on top of that, right on top of every single fuel rod, I can't say that word, you're going to need reactor control rod, which is redstone, yellorium, graphite bars, and reactor casing. Once you put that in, everything will change into a cool looking machine instead of a lame one. See, look, it's not on, but when I turn it on, nothing will happen. Because what you need to do is you need to go for the reactor access port and grab yellorium. So you need to put yellorium in here, and it will suck it all in, or not all of it, most of it. And then it will start generating power. But the thing is, look, the reason you don't want this cooling port in your first reactor is it makes so much heat. Either you have it like this heat, and it's fine, and it creates an okay amount of fuel. But the thing is, if you have it any higher, then the reactor will explode if it reaches critical temperature. So, that's the smallest reactor you can get. Here is a bigger one. Pretty much, under all of this, you'll see. Because as it's quite a big reactor, wow, name the mod there, it needs coolant all the way around the outside, touching every single one except from obviously these 4, which you can't touch. So, most people use water and like redstone, fluid redstone, but the best one actually is resident ender. It cools it down so much. It helps super helpful. And under every single one of the reactor control rods is obviously one of these yellow fuel rods. God, and which go all the way down to the bottom floor. So, and also you can use this very snazzy reactor glass instead of the walls, but you need all 4 sides like that. Next, access ports. For this one, you don't really need it. I'll put a cooling port now because this one won't produce any cyanide, which is obviously after it takes all the juice you need out of the yellorium, it turns into cyanide and comes out here. Because I've changed the blue one, you can change it from yellow to blue. This one's yellow, so I'm going to grab some more yellorium. Some yellorium blocks, shove that in there. See, that's used, this reactor just used 34 blocks of yellorium. Blocks! Then also you have this reactor computer port. I have no idea what it does, I just put it in there because it looks cool. Power tap as usual. But this time, I've put in this cooling port. Because if you want to make a better reactor, you're going to need it to do this. Which I'll get onto later. So all you need to do for this to work is you need to pump water in it, and then you need to have something for the water to be pumped out of, which I don't have power for. Yep, I've got... Nope, I can't put that there. Just put sandstone. Oh god, it's sucking the water out, whoops. My mistake. I can't remember how to get the steam out. Because once, bloody hell. Okay, so you pump water into the cooling port, then you turn the reactor on, and it should keep the temperature right down or right up. It's not making any power because the temperature is so high. See, look, now I've got so much steam. I can't remember how to get rid of it. So, the casing heat's ridiculously high, so it won't make any power, which is obviously a pain. You know what, as I can't remember how to get rid of the thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these cooling ports and just leave it like that. For now. Not for now, just forever really. Okay, the reactor's on and it's making power now and less heat because there is an ender. So what you would normally do is with the steam you would pump it out through these pipes. And you would pump it into the turbine house, which is made from there. Okay, let's just replace all of this stuff in my inventory with this stuff. Okay, you're going to need turbine housing. And the recipe for that is cyanite, which is why you need the reactor first, nether quartz, iron, and graphite bars to make the outside. You don't have to use the turbine glass, but I think it looks quite nice, so it's just glass and turbine housing. Next, you're going to need the turbine controller, which I don't know how to do. And the recipe for that is plutonium, turbine housing, and a diamond. But to make plutonium, what you have to do is make a cyanide reprocessor. Fill it with water, put the cyanide in one side, 2 cyanide makes 1 plutonium. And the recipe for the cyanide reprocessor is reactor casing, redstone, yellorium fuel rod, I can't say that word, iron and more reactor casing. Okay, once you got that, obviously power port. I think everything's made the same as the reactor, just with turbine housing. Oh crap. And you got the fluid port also, which is made. So this is what you would put the steam into, and then once the steam turns back into water, you would take it out and put it back into the tank. Or you can plug it back into the reactor over there. I keep pointing at my screen, but I know you guys can't see it, so it's pointless. Pointless. Okay, now you're going to need to go inside and put down one of these rotor bearings at one of the two longer ends. So the recipe for that is diamonds, turbine rotor shaft, and turbine housing. Turbine rotor shaft is made iron and cyanide. Then you're going to need blades, which are 2 iron and a piece of cyanide in different order. Then you're going to need to put the shaft all the way down the middle and blades on all 4 bits. Now, I don't have any steam, so the best way for me to do this is to, because normally you would take the steam from other one, but now you can't. So I'm going to turn that on. It's got steam and it's got water, and what this does, it will start spinning. Oops. So you can increase the max flow rate to make it spin faster and faster and faster, which will make, after it hits a certain speed, it will start making power. It should be making power already, really. So the rotor speed starts changing colour, and I think once it hits red, stop. Otherwise, bang. The entire place is going to go bang, bang. Explosions everywhere. Oh! I forgot about the induction coils. Metal coils inside the turbine extract energy from the rotor and convert it into RF. So I need some induction coils. Stop. That stops so suddenly. Darn it. My T on the keyboard doesn't work. Okay, let's just find it here. Where are the induction coils? No idea, but this isn't a very good mod showcase then, is it? Can't actually build the reactor. Okay, never mind. So that would be how you make best power in the game. To be honest, when I play modded Minecraft in actual survival, which I don't do often, I build a big reactor, but I build that size one, because that can power up my entire base twice. But this one, that will just waste my yellorium. So I recommend building this one, unless you're obviously in creative and you're building a giant factory which runs off power. Then you build this one. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching this Minecraft mod showcase. It's a little longer than the other ones, but good enough. So thank you guys so much for watching. Just said that. So remember to like and subscribe. Remember, keep swimming.